On January 26, 1966, three kids went to visit their local Adelaide beach in the morning. They never returned, nor were they seen again. They are now forever known as the Beaumont children: Jane, aged 9, Arnna, aged 7, and Grant, aged 4. And their disappearance remains one of Australia's most infamous true crime cold cases. So what happened that day? Jane, Arnna, and Grant left their family home on the morning of January 26 in 1966 to go to Glenelg Beach, which was a 5-minute bus journey away. The family were from the Adelaide suburb of Somerton Park. At the time, it wasn't unusual for the children to go out on their own. Jane was considered a responsible child, and the three of them had been to the beach together the day before. Nancy expected them home around noon and wasn't worried at first when they didn't return. She assumed they would get on the next bus at 2 p.m. But when Jim arrived home at 3 p.m., there was still no sign of the children. By late afternoon, children were reported missing. Police initially assumed Jane, Arnna, and Grant had simply lost track of time. But within 24 hours, the case had been reported Australia-wide, and concerns were growing for the well-being of the three children. Parents across the nation were shaken as well, fearing for the future safety of their own kids. From a number of witness reports, police were able to piece together the last known movements of the Beaumont children. They had been seen at Collie Reserve near the beach, playing with a tall blonde man who appeared to be in his 30s. Around noon, the children went to nearby Wenzel's Bakery, where they typically bought their lunch after the beach. The eldest, Jane, purchased pasties for herself and her siblings, as well as a meat pie with a £1 note. Nancy, however, had never given Jane a £1 note. She had handed her daughter 6 shillings that morning, enough for the children's bus rides and their lunch. This £1 note, as well as the meat pie, which Jane and her siblings didn't normally order, were interpreted by police as a sign that the unidentified man was still with the Beaumonts at lunchtime. The night the kids first went missing, Jim Beaumont rode in a patrol car as they scanned Somerton Park and Glenelg, street by street. And when the cops dropped him off, he got back in his own car and kept looking. When 2 days went by without her children returning home, Nancy was reportedly placed under sedation by a doctor. Investigations continued, leads were followed, and Jim and Nancy never stopped looking and hoping. But Jane, Arnna, and Grant were never found, nor were the children's clothes or bags. What followed over the years were countless false leads, conspiracy theories, and hoaxes.